Hi everyone, what's up? Today I'm going to share with you the magic formula that helped me ace the GMAT and progress from having vague idea about GMAT to scoring 680 in my first mock test to scoring 760 in the first official GMAT exam. All in under 30 days without any coaching and despite being inherently weak in the verbal section. I will be sharing with you a complete study plan, section-wise tips and tricks, and preparation resources. One of my major goals while preparing for GMAT was to keep my exam preparation costs to bare minimum. I'll also share that with you so that you can do the same for yourself and still have outstanding results in the official exam. So stay tuned and watch this video very carefully till the end. I want to give a full disclosure on my background, as I did have some initial advantage in terms of analytical work experience. I graduated from Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur and worked for 2.5 years as an analyst in the credit risk team at Goldman Sachs. After which I founded and ran a blockchain analytics startup for a year. We closed the startup in 2022 as crypto markets collapsed. I really wanted to take some time off and saw this as a golden opportunity to get a GMAT score under my belt. One of the cool things about GMAT is that it is unlike any other standardized tests. It is an adaptive exam, meaning as you progress through the test, the level of questions increases or decreases based on your accuracy in the already answered questions. Another cool thing about GMAT, it does not test your memory or rote learning capacity. A lot of it is just common sense and basic mathematics. With that said, let's move on to the study plan. I like to divide the plan into two phases. Phase 1, or as I like to call it, laying the foundation, requires you to devote 3 to 4 hours each day for around 15 days. For this phase, you will need access to two resources. Number 1, the combo of GMAT official starter kit and practice exams 1 and 2. You get this as soon as you create an account on mba.com. Number 2, GMAT Club's latest new edition, that is forum quizzes. I found this resource to be very cheap and having highest return on investment. It easily replaces the need to buy OG guides or purchase the costly quizzes provided by premier institutes while offering the exact same set of questions. To top it off, you get a 7-day free trial. Step 1 is to familiarize yourself with the structure and sections of the GMAT exam and to know the difference between online versus offline exam. Right now you want to know what is GMAT, and your best resource to get all this information is the official starter kit and the web. In addition to all the information available on the GMAT official website, you would also find articles written by GMAT coaching institutes. I have attached a few relevant resources in the description. Step 2 is to get a feel of the kind of questions that you will be answering by giving the diagnostic exam, which is part of the official starter kit. Step 3, once you have a basic idea, it's time to create a first custom forum quiz on GMAT Club. Create a separate quiz for each section, that is problem solving, data sufficiency, critical reasoning, sentence correction, and reading comprehension. Select 10 questions for each section. Keep the quiz untimed. In the question type, select the OG guide as category because past GMAT questions are closest you can get to the real exam, and exclude the GMAT official practice exam category as we will be facing these questions during the mock tests. Moving on to my favorite part, step 4. Once you're done with the quizzes, it's now time to analyze. You would want to note down two things: time take up on question and accuracy in each section. I would suggest to make an Excel sheet or write this down in a notebook. You should keep track of your performance day over day so that you can quantify your current level and the improvement needed. The next step is to compare your metrics against those required to get your desired score. To give you an idea, I scored 51 in Quant, which amounts to around 1 or no questions incorrect out of 31, and 41 in verbal, which amounts to 5 to 6 questions incorrect out of 36, with a perfect 6 in essay and 8 in integrated reasoning. To know more about the accuracy that you need to achieve your desired score, refer to the article that I have pasted in the description. Repeat the quiz sessions in step 3 at least twice, which lands us to our step 5. Identify your weak spots to target them in your study. By now you would have identified your weak suit. It might be possible that you are taking too long to solve a particular type or getting too many incorrect answers in a particular section. It's all because of the same reason. You're not following the right problem solving process. Which takes us to our step. Solidify your problem solving methodology. Let's tackle it a section at a time. For quantitative section, almost all of the quant questions use high school level maths. There is no special method needed for this section. All you need to do here is practice a lot of questions so that you get comfortable solving them under the time pressure. You can use GMAT Club's vast sea of questions for this purpose. For clarifying doubts, look at the solutions. GMAT Club has a very active community that posts multiple solutions to each question. For the verbal section, let me introduce you to some more resources right now. For critical reasoning and sentence correction, I would recommend following Manhattan Prep's strategy guide. If you can shell out a few bucks, go buy them or download the free PDF online. I would strongly recommend to buy at least the sentence correction guide, as you would be referring to it quite occasionally. Although initially it might seem that following the guides has increased the overall time it takes to solve a question, but don't worry, you'll get faster as you solve more problems. For me personally, my performance increased several folds after following the process outlined in these guides. For reading comprehension, you need to read quick, organize the information, and retain it while solving the question. The only way to achieve this is to get into the habit of reading complex texts and literature. Apart from your usual study hours, spend at least 1 hour each day reading articles or books which resemble GMAT style passages. See the description for more such resources. After reading a paragraph, try to summarize the main point of that paragraph in a single sentence or as short as possible. Pay close attention to the keywords which connect sentences and see how that affects the overall tone of the passage. If you are still finding it difficult, you can follow any of the guides I have attached in the description. Do not worry about the essay or integrated reasoning section right now. We will tackle them a week before the examination. Repeat steps 3 to 6 each day for around 15 days. It is critical that you finish the guides as quickly as possible. That way, you will have more time to practice using the right method. Once through with the guides, spend the remainder of the 15 days giving quizzes and watching your performance get better. Do give quizzes each day for the sections that you are not following from the guides. With that, let's move to the phase 2 of our preparation. Phase 2, or as I like to call it, fine-tuning strategies and timing, requires you to devote 5 to 6 hours each day and lasts for about 10 to 15 days, followed by your GMAT exam. If you are a working individual, you might get less time to focus on your work during this phase. Also, I suggest you take leave starting a week before the exam till the exam day. In addition to the GMAT Club quizzes, for this phase you would need mock tests. Most of the coaching institutes provide free mock tests as trial if you register on their platform. Check the description for the links. Combining these with the official practice exam 1 and 2 will give you around 6 free adaptive mock tests. If you still need more like I did, you can go and buy the official practice exam 3 and 4. This phase is not organized into stages. Rather, it's a continuous feedback cycle consisting of giving the mock test, analyzing the test performance, identifying your weak spots, and targeting them in your quiz practice. In this phase, every third day is a mock test day starting at day 1. On mock days, you will give a mock test and do its valuation. On non-mock days, you will spend 2 to 3 hours giving quizzes and 1 to 2 hours doing their evaluation. The first form that you give should be the GMAT official practice exam. leave the essay but do give the integrated reasoning section. If your score in the first mock is within 50 points of your target score, then you can keep up with this schedule. If not, then you need to go back to phase 1 and put in more work, repeating steps 3 to 6 again. For me personally, some of the shortcomings I observed in my first mock were I could only finish 30 out of 36 questions in the verbal section. Most of my mistakes were in sentence correction. I was rushing towards the end in the quant section. Listen very carefully because now I am going to share with you some advanced strategies which helped me improve my score drastically within the last few days. Number 1. Increase your quiz difficulty by giving yourself quizzes consisting of only 700 plus level questions. After doing this for a day or two, you will find that the usual GMAT questions will seem much easier and quicker to you. Number 2. Give untimed quizzes, but while attempting a question, keep an eye on the question timer. Try to select an answer within 2 minutes even if you have to guess. Spend more time on the question if you need after that. This will condition your brain to look for an answer within 2 minutes. Number 3. Timing 1 minute. Take a stopwatch and try to pause it at the 1 minute mark without looking. Repeat this exercise a few times. This will help your brain know when 2 minutes of a question have passed without looking at the timer. Number 4. Focus on the section in which you are weak by increasing the number of questions of that section in your quizzes. Number 5. Warm up before the exam. Practice 3 questions of each section before you give a mock test. This will help you get in the zone. Number 6. Identify and guess the tough ones. Remember, not every opportunity is meant to be pursued. If you are able to identify within a minute that a question is going to take longer than desired, save your remaining time, guess the question and move on. Number 7. Both critical reasoning and reading comprehension demand you to process information rapidly. To achieve your full potential, your mind should be fully focused. Practicing mindfulness meditation really helped me in that. It's a 15-minute guided session. Link is in the description. Apply these strategies. Try to find out what is and what is not working for you and keep repeating the same cycle of mocks and quizzes. A week before the examination, you will have around 2 mock tests left. It's now time to attempt all the sections in the mock examination. For essay, you can easily score a 5.5 to 6 by memorizing a standard template and filling it according to the question. You can find the template link in the description. You can evaluate your essays on gmatawa.com. Essay is just another elaborative version of the critical reasoning section. Instead of picking up from the options, you have to find out your own assumptions and attack the validity of the argument by questioning the assumption, citing lack of evidence, and giving relevant examples. Practice filling out the template 4 to 5 times, including the mock tests, and you are good to go for the examination. Integrated reasoning is a combination of both the verbal and quantitative section. If you are able to master each of these sections and practice integrated reasoning questions a few times in the mocks, then you are good to go for the examination day. Those who have worked in an analyst role will find this section much easier. Typically getting more than 10 questions correct out of 12 in the integrated reasoning section will land you with a perfect score of 8. With that, you are all set to ace the GMAT. Take it easy a day before the examination and best of luck. If you learned something valuable in this video, please hit the like button to make the YouTube algorithm happy, and for more such insightful videos, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next video.